guys, welcome to this week's Bachelor Chat.
Alright, so...
It's been an emotional day, and...
It's very late right now. What the hell
David Bowie,
that?
we love you. Okay.
Alright, so...
Let's talk about this nonsense.
They started off with a group date. Let's learn how to love.
Sure. So, of course, Lace is all like, oh my god, like, I made a mistake, and, like, I drank too much. The cat is taking a dump right now. And
it's true.
I made a mistake, and I drank too much, and I want him to get to know, like, the real Lace.
And it's like Caroline come out, and Darren Ben sounds to Caroline.
What?
She sounds drunker sober than she did the first night when she was drunk as a skunk.
She definitely seemed under the influence of something.
Alright, well, they're all going to Bachelor High School.
Because, oh my god, some of Ben's best memories were from when he was in high school.
Why?
Are you one of those high school people? Ew.
Did he, like, duct tape somebody's butt cheeks together or something?
He said he had his first kiss, first blah, 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 blah. Please don't be that person that's stuck in high school. So anyway, on this group date, they competed in teams of 2.
The Ben Olympics. The first 4 teams to make Ben's volcano explode, ow, moved on. And then the first whatever teams bobbing for apples and then passing them like girl to girl was like. Then they had to put Indiana on the map of a United States.
I'm gonna be honest. I would have failed that.
Me too.
Whatever.
How to shoot a basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not good at basketball.
Yeah, so they got down to 2 people. It was Mandy and Amber. They were on the same team, so they won. But then they didn't win because they had to compete in the last part, too.
And freaking crazy-ass Mandy beat Amber barefoot on hurdles.
I was like, what? I thought for sure Amber was going to take this because she was wearing shoes.
I know.
She was wearing shoes.
Well, you know what? Mandy's really tall, so... One of her
she could have had a longer stride.
Those pants were not working for her, just saying. Okay, date night time.
Mandy was the homecoming queen or prom queen or whatever, so she got to ride around the track
and everybody was like...
They were pissed. It was just like high school. Okay, so then it was time for the nighttime part.
Becca, oh, I'm so into you.
They had their whole shooting hoops while flirting.
Chris Soules was so gross. Now I could finally find a man I can get behind. He had an awkward ass kiss with Jennifer.
I guess that was the first kiss that was not stolen from him.
He kind of like just creeped on her.
It was weird. He was like...
Alright.
Yeah, it was like that.
I just have to say, Olivia, close your damn mouth.
Oh my god, the star of this episode was Olivia's mouth. There were so many variations.
It's like this.
She was like...
That's gotta be a thumbnail.
But there were so many different ways, like, it was great. We'll get there.
Alright, so Kayla ends up getting the single date, but we'll get back to that. Lace is crazy. That's all you need to know.
I feel like if you have to keep saying, I promise you I'm not crazy.
I'm not the crazy girl.
You
really
might be the crazy girl. You just might. You might. I'm
really not the crazy girl. I'm really sorry for being, like, acting crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not crazy.
Well, everybody got a little crazy when they found out that Jennifer got that kiss.
Yeah.
I feel like I would not tell everyone that because then they're going to be like...
Well, Jubilee was feeling like she needed to share the fact that she was adopted. And he said, okay, let's make out.
I wanted to hear more about her story. Like, it was really interesting.
It was.
Yeah, they made out. And remember before the season started when Ben was all like, I'm not going to kiss everyone. In the first episode.
Yeah. So then when Lace found out that Jubilee cut her off and then got to make out with Ben, she got really pissed. And she was like, you know what? I need more time from you, Ben. It's just not fair. I just keep getting interrupted.
You know that Lace is all about the eye contact. And she was getting it. She was like, yeah, we IF'd or whatever. So she thought that that was going to lead to a kiss, so she needed some more time.
Well, it didn't. And then he took JoJo up to the helipad, and I thought he was gonna like dangle her over the edge or something.
It was really scary.
She didn't make out with him.
There were no like railings. I was terrified. I was like, lie down so you don't fall. You know, like when you look over a cliff and you're supposed to lie down. I thought they were gonna do that.
You know what pisses me off? Whenever there's like a group rose, he's got to reason it out in front of everybody, and I hate that.
It's
and that is
weird.
so crappy.
I like better when they like pull them aside.
Yeah, he like picks the top two, and then he pits them against each other, and then he's like,
yeah, I'm really not feeling that, Ben. You need to work on that.
Yeah. Well, it's too late. It's all been filmed already.
Yeah.
All right, so Kayla gets...
Well, JoJo gets the group rose. Did we say that?
I thought I did.
Okay, well, just to confirm.
Kayla gets the single date, and this is like the single date from comedy amazingness.
Well, it's a movie tie-in.
Lil Kevin Hart and Ice Cubby showed up.
Imagine his name was Ice Cubby.
Oh my god, I want to go on a date with Ice Cubby.
Yeah, so they're like, yo, we got this movie to promote. We were told we had to be here for the press.
They had to pay us so much money just to show up that it's going to be a cheap-ass date.
I feel like that's what happened here.
Yeah. We got some tired old car. We're going to...
Lace was like, oh my god, it's an old car. You can tell because it has like glasses and like the gray hair and it's so cute and like it's old and it's got a walker and she didn't say that.
It's got dark shades to cover up its cataracts.
No.
Alright, so they stopped on the side of the road and they bought some cheap-ass flowers.
The gas station flowers.
Some condoms and booze, some Hennessy. I don't even know if they sprung for the Hennessy or not, but they got some hard liquor.
It was in the morning, too.
Yeah.
And then they go to this, like, hot tub store. They get in the hot tub, blah, 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 blah. I feel like there wasn't too much to talk about with this date because it was, like, kind of boring.
Yeah. Kevin Hart farted in the hot tub. He pretended to be naked. I'm pretty sure he was not naked. His Lil Kevin Hart was out, though.
Lil Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So then the late night part, when the celebrities went home, was some fake eating in a restaurant.
Yeah, because you know they don't actually eat on this show. It's just like really weird when they end up in a restaurant and they sit there with the food and they're just like...
That was a small-ass table, too. How could you eat on that?
You couldn't, so, you know, that was the plan all along.
Kayla told Ben about the whole incident with the guy that she met on the plane, and then like 2 weeks later she was like, oh, I know you from a plane. And
yeah, they ran into each other, so she's like, oh, it's fate, like we have to be together.
But she didn't tell him about how she left that guy when it started getting serious for a chance to go on The Bachelor and be with you, Ben.
She left that part out.
Well, that would have seemed a little stalkerish and dumb. But,
what's going on over there?
I think, yeah.
But anyway, she got the rose, and then it was one of those private concert situations.
That is awkward as hell. I'm sorry.
I always feel bad for the performer because they're like, and the guy's just like,
he probably went to his happy place.
It was Amos Lee, and Ben was like, oh, this is my favorite, and then he started singing, and he was like,
it wasn't good.
He was like, pitter-patter.
It was... Alright, let's talk about the group date, because we gotta keep this moving. We got a lot to cover. Okay. Perfect match. That's all I remember.
Okay, this was all about science, but first... Olivia Villeneuve! Or... Eyes closed. There was one point where, I think it was during one of her interview parts, and she literally had her eyes closed and was just like... For like at least 5 seconds.
She's got to show off those news-ready teeth.
I guess so.
Alright, so...
They show up at this science... This is where I start to lose it.
There's
they show up at the science
iPad on a stick.
Is this freaking The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon, like, doesn't want to be around people or whatever, and he's got the iPad head?
Who was it that said... This was crazy. There was people sitting around on computers.
I think it was one of the twins.
Okay.
The files are in the computer? Yeah.
Alright, so guess what? They're taking sex tests.
Some of these things were a little wacky. They had to like go on these treadmills, like they were doing that freaking stress test at the doctor, and then Ben had to like smell them.
I'm surprised he wasn't sniffing their butts. He was like,
it was close.
This one smells like flowers.
I felt so bad for Sam because
This one smells like Mr. Hanky.
for almost everyone, he was like, oh, it's like flowery, blah, 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 fruity. And then he gets to Sam and he's like, sour.
Oh.
Sour. I was waiting for him to be like to somebody, smell like shit. Sorry, I'm sorry. They were on a treadmill. Come on.
Then they had to roll around on a bed and see what, like, color they turned.
Was there like a boner meter? I mean, like, what was happening here?
I could only imagine what they didn't show.
Okay.
Sam got the lowest score because she's still...
It was like a 2 point something out of 10. That's so sad. I felt bad for her.
You know what? Mouth score wasn't that high anyway. It was
Olivia
like 7
Villain Mouth was the
something.
highest score.
I got the highest score.
It was like a 7 something out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
All
like
right.
there's room for improvement there.
I think so. So then at the late night date, Olivia got a big mouth makeout.
He pulled her aside. How could you?
I'm sorry.
He pulled her aside and was like, let's get some action going here. Because they had to do
That's
that like
one
nose
big
to nose
mouth.
thing. And he's like, let's try out the nose to nose thing again.
This guy's got the unslickest moves ever.
Sorry, Ben. Peter
right.
Brady. It's like watching the Brady Bunch all
It's
over again.
terrible, but like Marsha.
All right, so Amanda has her chance to open up to Ben about her family life because she has family, y'all. So she tells him,
Yeah.
like, I have 2 kids, and yeah, I have 2
I have
kids.
2 little girls.
He seems really excited about it.
He's like, okay, that's cool.
I can work with that.
But then, when it's time to give out the group rose, he pulls the same crap again where he's like, oh, well, you said you had kids and you have a
Gets
giant
her hopes
mouth.
up.
I'll pick the one with the giant mouth. How annoying is that?
Oh my god. Okay.
She got the rose.
Guys, I know this is an awful face, so I'm doing this for you.
I'm sure there's going to be, like, memes everywhere. All right.
Of her, yeah, already I saw. Okay, time for the cocktail party.
Olivia is a Ben hug, and somebody called her, I think it was Jubilee, called her out and said, oh, she's a selfish bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god! You're so good at that.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's not a compliment.
So everybody's pissed because Olivia already has a rose and she's pulling him aside during this cocktail wiener party.
Well, when Lace finds out that Olivia is stealing him all the time, the heater comes on and she's, I'm sorry, I'm very insecure, but I didn't want you to see that, but I'm Lace. Hi.
It was
I'm
Lace versus Olivia.
Yeah.
She pulls her aside. She's like, I just want to get to know you anymore. I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
So they're going on, blah, blah, blah. And what's her face? Olivia Villanmouth is just like, that must be so hard to like have to go through a rose ceremony and like, that must be so hard.
She was such a bitch too. When she got back to the group, she was like, all right, I'm done with him. You guys can have him now.
Yeah. Whoa.
That was not cool.
Whoa.
Not cool.
Whoa.
So then Lace got her turn with Ben, and she was rambling on
my
and on and on.
She was talking about, she was like, I used to be ugly, and I want to tell you about these pictures where I look so ugly.
I'm surprised she didn't say she had a show goat.
It was just like a really weird conversation with like not a lot of depth, and then she got cut off, so she was like freaking out.
Well, there's a real sleeper in the group, and that is Lauren B.
Yeah, Ben was bringing out some gifts for a few of the girls. Lauren B was one of them. He was like, I just want to make you feel special, girl.
I got the producers to take a photo and print it out for
Please,
you.
those interns were busy.
I know. Somebody got a ribbon for the largest explosion at the science fair.
From his wiener.
It was his wiener. Did you see how those were shaped?
Okay.
All right, and he made some hair bows with Amanda for
I think
her
that was really
kids.
cute.
That was really cute.
So I think it'd be funny if Amanda was like, oh, thanks so much for doing this. Like, nobody's ever done that. And then she gives it to the kids, and they're just like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Why are you talking like that?
All right, so now it's time for the rose ceremony, and he's giving out the roses, and he gets to LB. She gets a rose, but she's like,
I can't do it.
I'm not doing this.
She says
today.
goodbye. And you know what? I respect that because she's not feeling it. She's out. She's out.
It's a good decision. All of them should just leave.
Well, I feel like so many of them are just there, like, to win. They don't really like him. Not just
All right.
him. I mean, like, in general on this show.
So let's talk about who's going home.
Okay.
The Adrienne Curry girl. Didn't she look like Adrienne Curry?
She looks so much like Adrienne Curry. It's scary.
Wow.
Scary.
Mandy the dentist.
Portlandia's a callin'.
And the girl who smelled sour.
Oh, Sam. That's so sad. But you're a freaking lawyer. Like, come on.
You don't need to do this. All right, so guys, let us know in the comments what you thought next week should be. Not
Crazy.
that exciting. Yeah, that'll be back.
Okay. And Lace. Lace made it through.
Good. Until next time, much love.
No!
Edit.